Rich Brian,
How you
how are
doing?
you?
Good seeing you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. I think this is probably the quickest turnaround I've had with an artist interview, but rightfully so because you're
Oh
doing
wow.
everything right now, man. Like you're, I don't know where to start first, really, just because you're all over the map with it. Let's
Am I?
start with yeah, no, for real, you are. Like let's start with the Shang-Chi soundtrack.
Oh, true. Yes.
You're all over that project. Like what is it like to not only be on a soundtrack of one of the biggest films of the year right now, but to your name is popping up on that thing five, six, seven times over. What was it
Right.
like being a part of it?
Oh man, it's an amazing feeling, man. It's such an unreal thing. I don't know. It's when I was working on it, you know, for like those multiple months, it was kind of hard to like fully process it, because I was just mostly
Right.
like focused on making making good music and like making the best thing for the movie, but I didn't really like I knew what I was doing and I knew that I was doing it for a Marvel movie, but I didn't really process the feeling of it yet until I saw the movie. And
Right.
when I saw it, it was like, my voice was in that intro scene and it was just like the craziest. I don't know, it was wild. It was insane. But and especially being on what, like five songs, five, six, I don't yeah, I was on a lot of that. And it's an honor. It's a really great honor.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
If you can recall, what would you say your favorite song was that you were on the soundtrack?
I would say I really like Always Rising, just because
Okay.
I know, and I wish that they put that in the movie because I feel like it's such a cinematic song and it's like so epic. I love Run It. This is such a hard song. I love the drop.
Oh yeah.
If I could drive, I would definitely drive really fast to that song. And what else? What else do I like? I love those two, honestly.
Yeah, no, for sure. Those
Yeah.
are the energy, those both those songs have such a incredible build up. Like I'm glad
Right.
that you said Always Rising is so cinematic because it starts out, that kind of slow acoustic intro and then out of nowhere you're just hit over the head. So that
Yeah.
was, just such a way to start the soundtrack was real epic.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Um 88 Rising, your Head in the Clouds festival.
Yeah.
That is it. The lineup, it looks crazy. I wish I could be out there.
I
Then how do you
know.
feel? How do you feel about just having that come together?
I'm really excited because it's gonna be my first time like performing since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I like I don't know. I A lot of artists throughout this pandemic, they're just like, oh my God, I miss performing. Like I really miss going out on stage. And this whole time I've just been kind of like chilling because
Yeah.
I do enjoy like I don't know, maybe it's because like right before the pandemic, I was going through like I was going on a lot of tours like in a row. And so I was just kind of like appreciating the time off that I had. Um
Definitely.
and I don't know, I'm the kind of artist that's like I do love performing when I'm on that stage, but outside of it, I also love all the process of just like making the music and like sitting down. So you know, I like performing is such a, for me, like I want to make it really, really good. And it sometimes stresses me out because I want to make sure that it's really, really good.
Of
And
course.
with Head in the Clouds, it's like it's gonna be so cool because it's gonna be at the Rose Bowl. And I've never been there, but I know it's huge and it's gonna be 2 days. And I don't even like, yeah, I'm already thinking about, what songs I want to perform and like what kind of visualizers and what kind of, I don't know, stage production I want. And it's gonna be an exciting process. And I think my parents are gonna be in town and
Oh,
they're gonna come
nice.
to the US for the first time and they're gonna see me perform. So that's gonna be cool. So yeah, Head in the Clouds, yeah, this one's gonna be insane. Um yeah, and then yeah, people apparently can't come without their vaccination card, so that's good. So, yeah.
Always important. Always want to make sure everybody's safe. So I appreciate you bringing that up now, just so those watching are like, all right, I got to make sure everything is
Yeah,
right so I can be there for it. Because, like I said,
exactly.
that lineup looks stupid, man. Like I'm
Right.
so happy for you guys. Like that's gonna be crazy. So
Yeah.
right now you've got Edamame out with Baby No Money. Uh, Another song with energy. It's got a lot of flair. It's very fun. The music video is it's got a comedic aspect to it, and I feel like you bring that to everything that you do. It's serious, whether the bars are fast and hard or it's slowed down. There's always very much your stamp. Rich Brian. This is what
Right.
it is. So how did you guys were you in the studio together? Was it something like he sent something to you, you sent something to him. What was that like?
So me and Baby No Money, we've been like talking since the beginning of the pandemic around that time. But we didn't meet until we made the song. We didn't really like, we the whole time we were trying to make a song, but it was never really like the right song at the right time. But then that this one day he worked with, we have a mutual friend who's a producer. His name is Diamond Pistols, and he's an amazing producer. They made that song together, and then Diamond Pistols sent it to me, and then he was like, "Yo, you want to hop on this?" And I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh, this is like the most catchy song I've ever heard. I would
Right.
definitely love to like get on it." So I the next day just like went to the studio, wrote on it, recorded it like super quick. And then the day after that, I just met up with Baby No Money in the studio with Diamond Pistols, and they were working on some other stuff. And then when I came there, they were just kind of like, we all kind of like arranged the song together. And that whole process was like really organic, because when we were doing that, we were already like planning on shooting the video in LA. And then um Baby No Money sent me the treatment that he had put together with these directors. And then I was like, the director's name is the Reggies, and I was like, oh wait, the Reggies. And like we both realized that it's like these guys that we were also friends with, like on some other like friend
Right.
shit. Like we met them in some other way. And yeah, so it was really cool. It was really organic.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now, in the time that you spent, in the pandemic, not performing or anything, were you playing a lot of video games?
Was I playing a lot of video games? Maybe not a lot. I definitely more though. I bought a PS4 in the
Okay,
pandemic. And I played like Call of Duty, and like I played a bunch of old video games that I used to play, like Resident Evil. I'm currently
love
actually
that.
playing Resident Evil 5 right now, and like kind of halfway through it. But video games, I'm not sure. Maybe no, you know what? I mean, it's not a lot, but I definitely like it's more video games than I played my entire life, because
Word, word.
I also got a VR console. I got an Oculus Rift.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, that
That's
that
sweet.
thing's crazy. It feels so real. But yeah, do you play games?
No, I do. But I was only asking because I recently saw that you're an ambassador for FIFA 2022, which
Yeah.
is epic. And FIFA was one of the games I used to play with my friends in high school and a little bit in college. So I wanted to know, like, where's Rich Brian? Is he good on the sticks? Like what's going down? So I
Yeah.
had to ask. How does that feel to be a part of that?
It's insane. I think I really love just like, I love doing, things that are like, I'm 22 now and I make music, but then there's like certain things, it's what's so great about having this career, like in my opinion, is having the opportunities to do like so many just random cool things, especially
Right.
things that connect to my interests as a child, like playing games and like all this stuff, and shooting cool music videos where I get
Yeah.
to literally do whatever I want to be. Um, yeah, so I think it's really really cool, and I love just the idea of like bringing excitement to my childhood self. Yeah,
Keeping the kid alive. I feel that.
exactly. Yeah.
So last time we talked about cooking and who was the better cook between you and Warren Hugh. I want to know, has there been a time recently that you were in the kitchen where you were like, yo, I cooked the hell out of this dish? And was there a time where you were like, I needed to step my game up on that one?
Actually, I will say, um, okay, I made this dish for the first time. I made a like Jamaican style like oxtail like stew.
Ooh,
It was
yeah.
so good. I basically I followed two different recipes on YouTube and just kind of like combined it into one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I was in Hawaii at that time when I made that, and I didn't like my options were was like limited ingredient wise, so I just kind of got what I had. It was still a lot of spices, but I basically just like put a lot of spices in it, and then like put it all in the pan, let it marinate like overnight, and then the next day I slow cooked it for like 4 hours, and it was just like it was insane. I love oxtail and I love Jamaican food, so that was
Yeah.
like something that for the longest time I was like I want to just know how to make that myself. So I did, and it was
Yeah.
like I gave that to a couple of my friends, and they were like, "Yo, you gotta like teach me how to make this," and
Nice.
so that was really
Nice.
good. The one time recently where I was like, I need to step my game up was actually it's funny because I was like making a dish that I actually make all the time, but
Yep.
I kind of like I messed it up because I just added too much salt. And
Ah.
that's the worst thing
Yep.
because
Yep.
you can't like once you add too much salt you can't take it out, and then
Nothing you can do.
you know it's salty when it's like you taste the food like it was like this pork dish, and then the second I put it in my mouth I like tasted the salt. It's like
Mm,
it's not like I don't taste the spiciness. I don't taste like it usually
right.
takes like a 0.5 seconds for the saltiness to hit your mouth. That one is like instant. And
Yep.
yeah, it was not good. I had to throw it out. Yeah,
Yeah, salt will always get you. That'll always
yeah.
ruin a dish if you got too much in there. So, man, hey, it's always great talking to you. Really excited about everything that you got going on now and what's to come. So finally, I'm just gonna ask what is going on next for Rich Brian? Can you share anything or hint at something coming out? Let us know.
Okay, let me see. I think I think there's definitely a lot of a lot of like really big stuff coming. That's that's something that I can definitely say for sure. So, a
Yeah.
hint that I can give because whatever I just did, I can't give too much of it away. But I will say that I was in Hawaii for 2.5 months, and I was working about maybe I was working about 5 days a week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So
All right. So you were putting time in.
yeah, and then I just got back like a week ago. So yeah, well, whatever it is I'm working on, people can figure it out. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure it's coming soon. Was it behind a mic or behind a camera?
I would say both.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We got visuals and music or something on the
Yeah,
way. So can't wait to see it. Hey man, thank you so much
I appreciate
for
it, man.
sitting
Thank
down with
you.
me. Yeah, always a pleasure to talk to you. Have a good one, man.